Pitch me. Am I dreaming or am I awake? How would I know if I'm dreaming or not? Surely by pinching myself and feeling pain or pleasure lets me know whether this is a dream or not. Let's see. Ouch! That felt real, but so did the pain and pleasure I felt while dreaming last night. So what is a dream and what is real? Join us as we see if this world's all a dream by asking the most profound question: who or what am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who? Our purpose is to awaken.
Who am I?
To awaken to absolute truth.
Am I?
Who am I?
Who?
Who?
Our purpose is to awaken to absolute truth.
Absolute.
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 Absolute truth.
Our purpose is to awaken. Are they one and the same? Absolute and truth. That's our purpose.
Who am I?
Well, last time we were dealing with dreams. That's been, people have always been fascinated by dreams. In the Bible, wasn't it Joseph who did the dream interpretation or something like that and helped got the people, the Pharaoh and all that good stuff, And, Freud wrote a whole book about it, the interpretation of dreams, and psychoanalysis, his thing is built a lot about dreams. And we all dream. Most of us do. Research says we all do. Well, some people say, I don't dream. But, they put them on what they call REM sleep, and they see dreams and stuff. So the thing is, we said this is real. There's a world that is real, and it's based primarily upon our senses. And what our senses, goes into our brains, and then there's some interpretation going on in our biochemical stuff going on. But we call this real because I can see it, touch it, and so forth, all right? And we say that there's a dream world that we say, well, that's not real. Although, in our dreams, we supposedly get sense data. Yeah, Raphael.
Yes, Dr. God, I'm going to go back to the start of question 2, 3, and 4. What I was stating before. How do you define dream? And where does the dream come from?
Well, there's been some, we were getting into that last time, all right? We said a dream is that which is not real. And that's what we were trying to determine what is real. And what we got into last time was, and that's why we want to know, what your premise is. And that's why you're asking the question.
Yes, but I wanted to know your interpretation.
That's my interpretation. That what is real is infinity, and a dream is opposite of that which is real. That's what I said. Okay, and only infinity is real.
That the dream is real?
No.
No.
The dream is not real.
Right.
Where is it coming from?
It doesn't come from anywhere. And see, in order for you to have real and unreal, the real must have a stopping point.
Yeah.
All right? That is something that it is not. Okay? So how can infinity have a stopping point?
Why is number 2, Freud said that the dream is you, and the dream is a monster, and the dream is
Well, Freud said that everybody in your dream is you.
Right.
Okay? Now, in other words, because Freud relied upon projection, which was one of the ways that he says that the mind operates, okay? So Freud, Freud restricted himself to the human mind, the individual human mind, all right? And so he essentially is saying this below this line is where Freud stayed, okay? So where I am is not where Freud is. Even though where I went to school, where I got my PhD at Columbia, there was a lot of, Freudian training and stuff. But where I'm coming, as you asked me, this is the only reality.
Okay. Okay, so let me base that on what you said yesterday at the workshop. You said that knowing thyself is life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The second part, well, I would say that going to the truth, finding out the truth, I am the awareness that needs to be connected to that first question you said about knowing thyself 1st. Okay. Now, let me give you one example. When I'm frustrated and when I'm dealing with all the bad emotions, I would say, okay, I need more patience. I need to deepen my patience. Being in that world that you describe, life, okay, I would say because love requires taking that and loving all the humans. But, I questioned that. I said, why do I need to be more patient when I really understand it, that I am myself. I'm with awareness. But it's still...
Well, see, your premise is that you are lacking something. All right, because you're human. That's your premise. Or that you are lacking patience or whatever. Or you're lacking love or whatever. And you got to, do something to, get more patience, get more love or whatever. That's what all humans have as a premise. Can the infinite lack?
No.
No. Because that's all that there is. But because you think as the self who you think you are is a human, because you think as Raphael, like Alan thinks as Alan.
That's when I'm lacking.
Yes, that's why you're always lacking.
That's when I think, when I am not thinking, knowing thyself and the infinites, and I'm questioning that in the now, I'm okay. I'm fine with that. And love is what requires that. But in the human level, I'm saying, well, I have to deepen my patience in dealing with the situation with another human, and being.
Yeah. Okay, Sharon.
Just using your definition, just cut to the chase. Sharon is a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything that's not infinite is not real.
Right.
So Sharon isn't real. Sharon is a dream.
Yeah.
That just cuts everything else out.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah. See, all of this looks like I'm listening to Sharon, I'm listening to Raphael, all right, and I'm seeing the seven of you sitting out here and yada, yada, That's what, Alan Carter says is real, okay? And if Alan Carter is real, then what happened to infinity? Okay? Because, see, Alan Carter says something in here is missing. I got to do something to get something. Okay, I got to get more money. I got to get some air. Okay, because I identify with a body. I got to get some food. I got to get some sleep. All those biological functions, okay? Because the human is lack, which presupposes that infinity is not infinite. Yeah, Leonard.
So maybe the difficulty here for me is to define whether or not is an existence can be in the same breath as reality.
Yes.
Then when I am aware, and you say there's no such thing as non-existence,
Right.
then the dream would be in the realm of what?
Non-existence.
But there's no such thing.
Right.
So the dream could not be non-existence.
It doesn't exist.
Then-
Okay? God never stopped being all. Archibald, I won't use the word God, okay? All never stopped being all.
Right.
And there are no holes in all. There's nothing where.
Well, then that's the conundrum.
Yes.
Because the all has to include everything,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So since there is nothing outside of the all, the dream could not be outside of the all.
If there is a dream.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But we're saying there is a dream.
Well, no, I'm not.
Okay.
No. No.
So then there's no dream and then there's no lack, is
Right.
what you're going to say. Then that's
Yeah.
what your premise would be.
Yes. Right. See, but Leonard or Alan or any human that thinks, and this is what Raphael was bringing in, all right? Once I say I and I'm not this, then I'm going to have this. I will have this, and I will have this. Finiteness, limitation. Okay? Because Alan is not infinite. And I will have a finite world, and I will lack something, and I'll have more than likely motivation to go get something. Okay? Obviously, like I was saying, if I identify with this body, which I automatically do, okay? This I that thinks automatically has to have a form. All right? That form means that there is now finiteness because all forms have a boundary. Okay? So now this bound entity that a cockroach identifies as a cockroach and knows other cockroaches. Okay, a male cockroach, I assume, knows a female cockroach. I don't know how they do it. Don't particularly care. But we know, we men know what a woman is, don't we, men? Yeah. All right.
And we women definitely know what a man is.
Right, but there's finite. There are separate entities, and we are aware of what we were getting into last time, that I am the subject, and there is something called not me that I'm aware of. There's a me and a not me. And we even have a God. Okay, Jehovah, Allah, I don't care what you call him. Okay, you can call him Zeus or Apollo or, whatever you want to call it, all right? But it is finite, and it is a subject that has objects. And it also does this. It has a cause. It is a cause. It is a creator that creates something called an effect, which requires time. A precedes B. Okay? And so therefore now I have introduced something called time. And once, as old Einstein said, once I introduce time, I got to have space. Because they are inseparable. Yeah, Gloria.
Okay. I'm not ready yet.
No.
I was thinking. This
Okay, you were thinking.
She was in the dream thing.
Okay, Bo, did you have your hand up?
Sometime ago, I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, the Alzheimer's set in, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you got it now?
no, but I want to say this. So, what do I want to say?
Okay, it didn't come back.
It
eh?
didn't come back.
All right, yeah, Raphael.
Better watch it. This show is liable to time out.
Well, this show is about blowing your mind.
Right.
It is.
Right.
All right, everything that you think, we want to challenge. I don't care. Look, ain't no sacred cows. All right? Everything you think, and the mind says, no, I reserve this over here. You better not touch this. Or it would say, I forgot. Or it has all kinds of ways to basically preserve itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said this, and you tell me if I'm correct or not. There's a lot of confusion here.
Yes.
A lot of confusion.
Where's the confusion?
The confusion is in the dream.
Okay.
It's in the dream that we have some sort of mental dysfunction with human here.
Yeah.
Would you agree to that?
Yeah, all humans are confused.
Okay.
Okay, Jesus included. Look, if you are a human, you see, your premise as a human is a lie. All right? And you think you can coexist with the infinite. All right? And that's impossible. But we have what we call a real world where we think there is an infinite, although, because if you ask most religious people, they say, oh, I believe in God. And even if you ask them to define God, they will say, God is omnipresent, all the omnis, okay? But then they make him into finite.
Right.
Because we as humans, we got to take the infinite and we got to have some kind of way of trying to get our relationship with the infinite. That's what we are. That's where all religions come from. That's where you just cause and effect. We say there is the infinite, but not knowing what that is, okay? And then we make it finite. Now you got the thought.
So all we got is love, time, and death.
I don't know what
No,
you
we
mean by
don't.
love. Okay, I mean,
That's,
Smokey Robinson.
that's below the line.
that's
That's the
all-
human
all it is.
identity and the personal identity. So, Were you finished?
Go ahead. You gonna help me?
No. I'm gonna-
You're talking
Okay.
about love as a part of the person.
I would say no. Love is who I am. Love is God's identity.
Yeah, I
Love
was up there
is.
on top.
It's not a something you do or feel. It just is.
Right.
So, I was thinking of the Chattanooga example
Okay.
of we can't get to Chattanooga. We can get close to Chattanooga. Like you use the example of Jesus and a Hitler, that it appears that Jesus is closer to Chattanooga than a Hitler. So how do we wake up from this dream that this is all a dream? What we're doing right now is a dream.
Yes.
So how do you wake up to the dream and the also connecting back to of thine own self be true? It's like you have to know what that self is. And what we're doing in this show is the self is that above the line is self, capital S, is infinity, is all. So it's like I never left infinity or all. The
Yeah.
I that I am never left, so there's no place to get to. And the waking up of the dream is knowing that I never left, that that's who I am, and everything else I can just kind of play with.
Yeah,
But I'm not attached to that human. Before I ask the question of who am I in this show, it's like I was attached to that human identity, that personal identity. I had to make sure this body looked good as I could make it. I had to make sure that I looked good as a human being.
Yeah.
Versus just having fun and freedom of just doing the human thing, but knowing that's not who I am.
Yeah, well, I think you answered your question. Yeah. See, there is always a subject. There has to be. Okay? And as Leonard was saying in the last show, this subject has to be aware. Now, is this subject, I can call I can call it blue here, all right? But everybody calls themselves I. And you cannot deny I. Even if you say you're dead, okay? I am dead. But still, that subject is there. So why not investigate that which is fundamental? You can say, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And a Muslim would say, I believe in Allah, and that Muhammad was his last great prophet. But what's common between both of those statements? I. Okay? And they do not investigate I. They go off into their dogma, their ideology, and all that stuff. Okay? And then they get, then they get to fighting each other. Okay?
Right.
You go.
What, both of these statements, Dr. Carter, that you just mentioned, come from the world or the realm of the mind.
Yes.
They're the belief. Any belief comes from the mind. It is really not the essential aspect of the I. And the way I have distinguished over the years of study of essentially myself is that I is the true self, and the self, which is oftentimes named for that same thing, is actually the identity that arose fundamentally through the mind and the ego.
Yeah, but what constitutes the mind?
The mind is the mechanism actually which is actually omnipresent, because the mind that we have, that we utilize and use, is also the aspect, just let's call it that, this is a very esoteric subject, of the universal mind, which is the intelligence that actually controls everything, that controls the physicality, everything, the only thing that's up there above that line, okay? And we are just using that intelligence, kind of like the way that we use the computer technology for the computer to work, okay? And we individualize it, and through our own personal view of life, which arises through our life, and essentially through ego, and that's where the identity, the view of life, the filters through which we look at life arise, and that is our preconceived reality, which of course is not reality because it's just a view of things.
Yeah, see, again, that does bring up the question, how do I, since I think I exist, and notice I say I think, okay, and everything comes out of my thoughts, the I thought, okay, so I think that there's this I who can think in finite terms, concepts, conceptual thinking, All right? And I can even conceive of a God and try to have a relationship with this God. But this God can't be omnipresent and cannot be, because I got me somewhere, someplace that God is not. And that's always the difficulty with a human. I don't care if your IQ is 40 bazillion kazillion. I am trying to fit myself into, and trying to bring the infinite really down to the finite. Okay? And this is what Alan Carter, any human attempts to do. That's what, like I said, all religions do that. All ologies do that. All philosophies do that. And because see what that means is, can Alan, a human, coexist? And that's, you'll see these little bumper stickers all on cars, coexistence, okay? Because Alan, not that I wonder, I can't get rid of Alan. How would I know that I don't exist? Okay? And so that's why I'm caught in these thoughts. And then using what Gloria was talking about Chattanooga, that's just an example I use sometimes, like there is this all place. And it appears that there's a separation from it. Okay, I use the example of Chattanooga. But that, let's say, and this is what I was saying, most people say, well, Hitler was, evil, and Jesus, there was a difference between Hitler and Jesus. Everybody go, yeah, who could argue with that? All right? And so we would say Hitler was less developed spiritually than, let's say, Jesus. But that's just a human thought. That's a belief. Okay? But we are still getting caught in this I that thinks. If I tell you to stop thinking, what? What you gonna do?
Start thinking some more.
Stop thinking some more.
Right. So then what we're really saying here is that the human identity is using the words as symbols to describe something that is beyond description.
Yes.
But the word dream is another symbol for ourselves thinking of a human identity that's sleeping as opposed to being in awake state. So right now, we're still in that realm of thinking maybe we're dreaming, or maybe when we are dreaming, it's because we're not in this state of consciousness or awareness. So when we're in the dream world, we went to sleep, this world that we're in doesn't exist to the dreamer.
To the all. See, the dreamer dreamed up this world.
Right, but is the dreamer dreaming up that this world that we're in right now doesn't exist when we're dreaming?
Say that again.
When you're in your dream, you don't exist to me.
Right.
You only exist now because I'm not dreaming.
Right.
Beyonce.
But am I saying that when I'm in that dream world, that's my reality? And when I'm in this world, the dream world is not my reality.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So then what I'm saying, what distinguishes one realm from the other?
Okay, the thing that is that, again, that's why you have to ask, what is this I that is having an experience?
Right.
Okay? And can it exist with this? Okay?
Does it?
Does it?
Right.
Okay, does it, this
Right,
I,
because it doesn't, you're saying it's not reality. So it can't exist with it.
it can't, right, it can't
Right.
exist with it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right,
Okay?
it can't.
Because this is all, see, that's why this word and I are the same by I am all, okay? That's why, you gotta start that this is foundational. This is the basis. This is the premise that all is. Okay? And then, you're trying to fit something like, again, it's this human experience. See, this human experience that I call my experience, how do I reconcile it with this? And can it be? Igor.
Well, but I don't see a problem there, Dr. Carter. And this is really an ontological thing, in that if infinity and all is all, and that is I, but a virtue of deductive reasoning, nothing can be outside of it.
Right.
That's impossibility.
Right.
Which to me, as I studied this over the years, rendered the at least my view of it, that everything that exists in it, and
Right.
it exists in it. So
Right.
there's no separation. There's actually no line between the two. We are just expressions, individualized as human beings, like a dog is expression of the animal world. We are expressions with the highest level of self-awareness of this very thing, whatever we want to call it, universal intelligence, God, or whatever, and it exists in us as us. It's speaking as me right now. It's being expressed as me in this very moment and space in time.
Then it's stupid. All right? Because now I don't mean to, in a sense of, in any kind of way, cast any aspersion on you. See, this is infinitely perfect, and it can only know the infinite. It can only know perfection. Ego doesn't know perfection. Alan, Einstein, I don't care. Einstein was stupid. Now, I know that sounds crazy because, we say he was the greatest brain of the 20th century, and Stephen Hawking is supposed to be. But see, we're trying to say, that which is infinitely perfect can know of the imperfect. Okay? That it can conceive of something called not itself. All right, that ain't even in opposition to itself. That's what because we're trying to justify this world, me and this world. Because I know for sure, as a human, there's me, you, and the world. Okay, so I'm in relationship to you and the world, and that I call real. All right, and can a God, the infinite, I don't mean God like Archibald says, like, Jehovah, Allah, but can the infinite perfect have as a premise me, you, and the world?
No.
Okay? Yeah, love, like I said, love is not, a feeling of what we normally think of. This is love. Okay? And you don't know what that is as a human. All right? So, yes, it is whole, it's complete, and it's perfect.
We said,
Okay,
Hope?
and that's whole, W-H-O-L-E.
yeah, but hope.
Yeah. No, there's no hope in it. Okay.
Right, but the thing is, if I may interject here,
Oh,
Dr.
we don't,
Carter. Okay.
but that's okay. We say this come back for the next show.
Okay.
This is a good discussion. All right. But anyway, we're gonna have to end here, y'all. So I want to just say, like we're putting a comma in here. We want to keep asking these questions. We want to keep peeling that onion back. All right, so that we can say, all this conditioning, all these beliefs I got. Are they true? We want to bring everything to the altar called absolute truth. And that's where we want to stay. That's where we want to stand. And I am that I am is absolute truth. Thank you.